Okay, everybody, and we're back. We just had sex. Woo! And now the awkwardness begins. Ethan, what a gentleman. Already trying to find his, exit strategy here. So, typical guy. Just kidding, of course. But, I just find it kind of weird that they put their clothes back on. I don't know. Maybe that's just for the sake of the game, or I never really understood that. But maybe it makes sense. I don't know. Like a boss, Ethan. Like a
Things might have worked
freaking
out between
boss.
us if circumstances had been different.
Let's see here.
Only one more origami figure. Then I find my son.
Hey, where is that origami figure, by the way? Oh, okay. No shower or anything. Okay, that's kind of gross. See, I have this thing about body odor and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm very sensitive to it, so I don't know. It's just one of my weird quirks,
She's
I
still
suppose.
asleep. No goodbyes, no explanations. I'll just leave before she wakes up.
What's this? The iPhone 1? Actually, it kind of does look like it. She actually took a picture of that factory that I was in for trial 2. That's interesting.
I should have guessed. All this time and I had no idea.
Ethan, what's the matter?
I thought I meant something to you.
Listen,
You're a pretty good nurse for a fucking journalist!
Ethan, I wanted to tell you, but...
What kind of article were you gonna write? My life with a serial killer? No. How I caught the origami killer. Maybe you'll get a book deal. I hope it was fucking worth it!
More like how I banged the origami
Ethan,
killer.
it's not what you think.
You lied to me, Madison! All this time you fucking lied to me! I thought you wanted to help me, but you're only thinking of writing a fucking book!
It's true. I'm a journalist. And I knew that you were the father of the boy who had disappeared, and I wanted to cover the story. But then I saw what you were going through to save your son. And I understood how much you love him. I wanted to tell you the truth, but I couldn't. I was afraid that you may not believe me. I was afraid that you'd ask me to go. All I want is for you to find your son alive. And when it's all over, I want to be with you.
It's not very professional, is it? Oh, well, that didn't take much convincing, did it?
I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm so sorry. You're leaving, aren't you?
It's the last origami figure. The last letters, then I'll know where Sean is.
Take care, Ethan. I can't lose you now.
He looks like he's still kind of pissed, doesn't he? Just a bit.
I'm gonna go find something to eat. Wait for me. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
But he just said that he was gonna, he has the last origami figures ready. Like, he's gonna really wait for her to pick up Chinese food.
I was so afraid he wouldn't believe me. Wrong move, idiot. I should have admitted everything earlier.
I like how, oh, I guess it's so cliche with all these like love stories. It's just a couple days and people are like, oh, I'm in love with a person and I'm so invested in them. I mean, look at all the things she's done for him. I mean, she fell hard. Jesus Christ, and that's before they banged. Unbelievable. I guess it's kind of foreign to me because it takes me a while to fall for somebody, and even then it's just kind of like, oh, it's an attraction. I mean, it's a deep attraction. You know, I see a lot of attractive people and I'm just like, okay, that guy's attractive or whatever. But then there's certain guys that I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of like him, but I'm not gonna go and die for him, at least not for a couple months, years even. But that's just me, I guess.
There must be some way of warning Ethan.
Yeah, no urgency, no need to run into I guess she doesn't want to alert the police, but hey.
Come on, what was the damn number?
You would think the police would be in the lobby.
Pick up the phone.
Guarding against precisely this.
They're in the motel. You've got to get out of here.
And you would think Blake would have recognized her, right? Because she went to rescue Ethan in back in that apartment complex. That's what I like to call the Mirror's Edge section of this game. This game kind of has everything. I don't know. But seriously, this part right here makes me want to play Mirror's Edge. There's no QTs or anything like that, but still reminiscent of that. Man, after men have sex, they can do anything, can't they? I mean, this guy's horribly injured, and yet he's just jumping over stairs, and he's injured, and he's able to run away and do all kinds of like acrobatic feats to escape well-trained SWAT guys like that. Okay, that's pretty damn remarkable. I mean, look at this. Not even joking. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess you could argue that he's got an incentive, you know, in saving his son, but he kind of forgot about saving his son when he was doing the deed earlier, so I don't know about all that. Okay, why is this guy tripping over his own feet? What the hell? And you know what I just realized in playing this game several times, and now I'm just kind of looking at it? There's actually a chopper there, which is obvious. Shining a spotlight on him.
Hands behind your head. Easy, pal. Nowhere to go. You're surrounded. Holy fuck!
And check this part out right here. They usually say once a chopper gets involved in like a chase, whether somebody's in a car or on foot or whatever it is, it's really hard to lose them. I mean, take it from me. Not in real life, but playing Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah, it's hard to freaking lose a chopper. What happened here? Why is the chopper not following him still? It's not like he moved very far. That doesn't make any sense to me. What can I say? Oh, you know what? I have not. Yeah, definitely know Scott Shelby for a little while. Time to check out what's going on in his neck of the woods. I can't get over this guy's door right here, like with that doorknob in the middle. I mean, I'm sure doors like that exist, but it just really goes to show you how un-American this game is.
Lauren?
I'm sorry, Scott.
Oh?
You should have listened to me, Mr. Shelby. I told you to drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son. You have no children, Mr. Shelby. You can't possibly understand. You leave me no choice. Your investigation is over. For good.
Well, things aren't looking so great for Scott, but I hope he has coverage on this car, because it's actually a really nice car. It really is. I wouldn't drive it myself, but it's got style, you know, and style counts for things sometimes. Who am I kidding? I actually do have an old car, but kind of nervous to drive it. It's actually what is it? It's a 1991 car. They don't make the car anymore. It's a Sterling. I love having it, but practically speaking, I can't really. I'm kind of nervous to drive it. It's like I said, they don't make the car anymore, so it's kind of rare. It's not like if it breaks down, people would know really what to do with it or get parts for it rather easily, like let's say a Honda or a Toyota or etc. whatever. So part of me is just kind of like, I like having it because not many people have it. It's definitely a car that you know, easy to spot. It's easy to tell what it is, but practically speaking, just yeah, I'm gonna find something a little more reliable, because it's got its growing pains, kind of beyond growing pains, to be honest. I mean, it's old by car standards, I guess. But in an ideal world, if I had all the money in the world and I had all the space in the world, I would keep it and try to maintain it as best as I possibly can, because it's got a special place in my heart.
I was gonna take up swimming again. This isn't exactly what I had in mind. You got a car back at your place? Mine's obviously pretty fucked up.
Yeah, sure. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go settle a few scores. Come on, I'll take you home.
Oh snap, Scott
Lock your
isn't
doors and
fucking
windows and don't
around.
let anybody in but me. Okay?
Be careful, Scott. I don't want to lose you.
You can, by the way, choose not to save Lauren. I think if you just don't untie her from the car, Scott just swims by himself. Just in case you guys were curious about that. Although, you know what I'm thinking? I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that so much. I shouldn't kind of give away the choices. If you guys haven't played the game, I mean, even if you want to see what the story is, like kind of like what I did, I saw the way one person played the story, and I said, well, I still want to see if I make different choices. It's a lot of fun. It's good. And that is the most pissed off I've seen Scott. Speaking about pissed off, it's just interesting to see people, like, the way when I get angry at someone, when I get really angry at someone, I literally, I don't know if I make a face. I don't even know what I look like when I'm angry, to be honest. It's not one of those things that I'm like, let me see what I look like. Let me look in the mirror. Let me record myself. No, it's not one of those things. I certainly know what I sound like, but I know that in terms of my behavior, I know I just, if I'm really upset at somebody and I'm like telling them off, I literally cannot even look at them. I literally can't. It's just, some people can, I just can't. It's just one of those other weird traits I have. Because I just don't like being angry, I guess, and I don't know. It's just this. It is what it is. And I love this part because this part reminds me of oh my goodness, what is the name of that? I have a Sega Saturn, and I had like 3 games for the Saturn. It was like Knights, of course, and anybody who owned a Sega Saturn should at least know about Knights, which is like the best freaking game on the Saturn, in my opinion. And besides that, I had freaking a racing game like Daytona something, blah blah blah. And I had Virtual Cop. That's the one. Virtual Cop. Fun as hell. Fun as hell. It was interesting to play it with a control. But I did. It was fun. Short, like most Saturn games are. And besides that, I had Die Hard Arcade, which that was a fun game too. I like the, I don't know if you guys ever played it, but I like the deep scan part where you can build up lives. It's like the most random, arbitrary thing. It was like you're in control of a ship, and you're just throwing missiles down or like whatever bombs down to destroy submarines. And the more points you get, the more lives you get in the main game of Die Hard. So I actually almost like the deep scan part better than the game itself. Speaking of which, I haven't played that game in forever, but I mean, if you guys, let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys have ever played Die Hard Arcade.
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know! I swear! I don't know anything!
And you do get it before this part. You do get a trophy for not getting shot.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the Origami Killer.
You know, this is how naive I can be sometimes. When I first played this game,
It was an accident.
I was like, this character's a little ridiculous. I didn't think people acted this way, but they really do. They really do. There's certain people that really honestly feel like, oh, the rules don't apply to me because I've got a ton of money and stuff like that. I mean, you could just turn on your TV, look at some stupid celebrity like news program, and there you have it.
No one will miss him. What?
So that's one thing I definitely have to give to this game. There's not really one character that, as far as I can tell, that is
You disgusting pile of shit.
unrealistic in any way.
What about John Shepard? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother, you know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard.
My heart! My heart! Quickly! I need my pills.
No, don't talk to me about pills.
Shelby! Come back! I fucking order you! Come back!
Am I gonna play as Jaden now, or no? Of course not. So this name, John Shepard, has been floating around. Madison heard it in the nightclub with our dear friend Paco, and now Scott. I hope those are not the same jeans that she's been wearing for a few days. Like, I hope she's like Charlie Browning it. Like, she has just 50 pairs of jeans that look the same. I'm not even kidding, because that would just be really sad.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh,
Or
she'll
you could
be
say that
pleased
I'm
to
a
have
psycho
visitor.
serial killer that's
No one
got a
ever
fetish
comes
for
to
killing
see
old
her.
people. Yeah, who
With all
cares?
trouble,
Yeah,
she
go
has
on in.
trouble remembering things, but
Good
it'll still
job with the
please her.
security here.
It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you. John Shepard died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle. Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies.
When I first
Hope I'm
played
not
this
wasting my
part,
time.
I'll get more into it in a minute, but it's actually kind of a frustrating chapter because I did not know what to do, to be honest.
Room 19. Where is that?
I can't decide if this is a hospital or a nursing home. Hospitals usually don't have, or do they? Maybe they do. Maybe that's how little I know about things. But hey, a geriatrics ward. It did say it in the front,
Hello,
so.
Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time.
No,
But
she just said
here-
hospital.
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you
I'm
know.
not sure if you're supposed to
We
go
had to
through
make
all of
do
those
with very
dialogue
little.
options. I think you are.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
Like, I can understand. Is that really how,
Try
like,
to
Alzheimer's?
remember,
I'm assuming
Mrs.
it's
Shepard.
Alzheimer's that
John's twin brother.
that
was
Anne
placed with a
has.
foster family after
But
the
is it really
accident.
that? I guess it is. It
What was the
really
name of the
fluctuates
foster
that way,
I
where
asked
you
them
remember
for a
something one minute and the
television,
next
you know.
minute you don't.
They said I didn't have enough money. It's a
So she
pity.
kind of fluctuates
I'm fond
from
of television.
she has one son to she has no children to she has one son again and she has no children
Mrs.
again,
Shepard,
and
your son may be linked to a series of
I
murders.
just don't know enough about
Perhaps
it.
you
So
have some information that could help the investigation.
it's kind of
Are you a
interesting.
new nurse?
It's probably how it
Where
works.
are my pills?
Maybe.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me. Can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Okay, so now she's hinting that she does have another son. He's not been here in 10 years. Okay, the plot does thicken, doesn't it?
This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
I tried origami one time. As a matter of fact, I kind of have somewhere, like, a kit. That's what I always do. I have this bad habit of something seems interesting to me, so I buy it. Like, I buy a kit for it. And I'm interested in it for, like, a day, or maybe not even that much. And then I just kind of like, okay, I'm bored. I have no idea what the hell's wrong with me. But maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe. This game, Heavy Rain, did come with an origami, a paper, paper for origami, and
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs, too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dog.
I did.
He always
I
wanted
think it was like
to
a
call them
swan.
Max.
It's the thing on the, I think the European cover
Bulldogs with the same name.
of this game. The European
I was
version of
wasting
this
my
game has
time
that.
telling him they couldn't all
has that
have the
origami
same
figure.
name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny.
It's not
isn't
really
it?
that funny, lady. It's actually stupid.
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
Is at this point, well, there's one more item you can find here, which I'm about to show right now. But it was at this point I showed her everything I possibly could in this room.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
So I finished the picture, I finished this, I finished all that. And
It'd take days, if not longer, to find the
I
names of the
mean,
family that
I
adopted her
turned this
son.
poor woman's
Sean
room
Mars would be
upside
dead by
down, and I
then.
was just like, I have no idea what to do. Am I allowed to leave? I literally walked to the exit too, because I was like, okay, this is a situation where she's not going to remember, and I have the option of leaving. But no, the game turned you back around. It insists that you find something. I'm like,
Remember,
where the
he's coming
hell?
back. Don't stop now.
What the hell else am I supposed to find?
Remember.
And then I randomly get the prompt for this flower all the way out here. I think I spent about a good 20 minutes on this chapter just randomly trying to figure out what the trigger was going to be. So, I mean, now of course it's not too bad, but the first time through the game, and that's why I didn't really like this chapter. I guess, and I kind of still don't. I guess it just kind of tuned me off.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him
And at this point, I
anymore.
was like, this lady's not going to tell me who the who the person is.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved
See,
him.
like, she's just going off on a tangent
If you
here.
only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, she's actually going to tell me. And then I was like, wouldn't it be really sad if she just passes right in this moment? But yes. So now Madison knows, and of course, the audience doesn't know yet. And based on Madison's... I have to really think about this, just thinking about what I know. Based on Madison's reaction right there, she knows who the killer is. Which is interesting. So who do you guys think it is? I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I know, but I don't know. So now we're back to Ethan. Oh, come on, no Jaden. Get the hell out of here. Okay, they gypped me right there because we just played as Ethan. We just finished fucking as Ethan, you know what I mean? But anyway, final chapter. Next time in the final video of Heavy Rain. Da da da. Later.